Hey guys, aloha, it's Murphy here, and this video I'm gonna do a deck profile on one of the new Bermuda Triangles decks from Dazzling Divas. Yes, I know only pre-release came out and all that stuff, but I bought enough bundles to make my own deck. Well, I made the deck, but I'm gonna give this to my girlfriend because this was a deck that she wanted to do, and I'm doing this build right here, which I'll be showing later on. She's so pretty. I'm keeping the plastic on. This is too nice of a mat, and when you live in Hawaii, there's just a lot of dirt, so yeah, things get stained real easy. Alright, so let's start off. This is the Bermuda Triangle Labrador deck. So I'm gonna break them down for you. I think they're pronounced as prism, but I think there's an actual way of saying it. I don't know what it is. If you guys know the right pronunciation, please put it in the comments so I'm not saying it wrong. But yeah, I'm just gonna go for it with the Labrador build. And right here, we're gonna start off with the starting vanguard. Smile Core, Forerunner, so it moves to rear guard. And when another Bermuda Triangle is returned to your hand from the rear guard, you return this unit to your hand. So with that card that returns, you can return this as well. You'll see later on why I choose this card as a starting vanguard, and it kind of makes sense because if this goes to your hand, you have a 10k shield and whatnot. So yeah, right there. Alright, so for the grade 3 lineup. Okay. Whoops. Okay. We got 2 Labradors because that's all I have. I pulled one and my girlfriend pulled one, so yeah. You guys don't know Labrador, let's read her. Nice art. Limit break. When your unit attacks a vanguard, you may choose up to 3 cards with prism in its name from your hand, called to separate open rear guards. So they have to be separated and they have to be open. If you call 3 cards, this unit gets 10,000 plus 1 critical. So it has to be 3 cards in order to get the 10,000 power and the extra crit. Its activated ability is a counterblast 1 and a card with prism in its card name. So like say this was in its the damage zone. Oh, okay, flip it because it has prism. If it doesn't, you can't activate the effect. Choose one of your rear guards with prism in its card name and return it to your hand. So if you only have 2 and you have another one, or if you have 1 and you return another prism card, and along with this, if you still have it on the field, you can return this as well. If that makes sense. But yeah. So then now you have 3 cards in your hand. 1 at limit break, you can play the 3, get your 10,000 and extra critical. But yeah, I don't have enough of her, but a really good card. Since I don't have enough, I play 4 Verts. Prism Image Vert. This is the first break ride card introduced in the English format. Really excited. I do have an SP version, however. Before I explain, I'm just going to show you how. The only thing that's different is the flavor. Everything else is pretty much the same, and the hologram is nicer. Yeah, let's get that. It's the only time you guys are going to see it unless I put it in a deck. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Anyway, yeah, she's a break ride. And when a Bermuda Triangle rides this unit, choose up to 2 of your Bermuda Triangle rear guards, return it to your hand. And this unit gets 10,000. It's 10,000 to the end of the turn. So that's really good to set up for Labrador. And then its other continuous effect is Lord, of course. You guys know what that does, so I don't need to explain it. And then the other continuous effect is the, like Pacifica and Flute. When you have 4 more Bermuda Triangle rear guards, it gets 2,000 power. So yeah, 2,000 because having 3,000 would be OP. Yeah. For the rest of my grade 3s, I have her Prism Romance Toil. I think that's how you say it. But yeah, it's one of those cards when there's a card boosting this, it gets an extra 2,000. So yeah, So instead of attacking for 18, he gets an extra 2, comes 20. So yeah, that's the grade 3 lineup. I was running it at 7, but I went to 8 because I added an extra vert. Just because my image first is to get to vert and return a card. This returns freely. Then when you do get to Labrador, play three cards, get her 10 and the extra crit. So by herself she becomes 31 with an extra critical with just doing that. But along with other stuffs, there's other good stuffs to make her more powerful. Just like how Emmy did in the anime. And you guys are gonna see why. I'm not gonna explain. I'm just gonna go through what the cards does because I'm taking too much time. All right, so we got Prism Promise Celtic. When this card is returned to your hand from the rear guard, pay the cost of 1 Soul Blast. Choose another Bermuda Triangle, and that unit gets 4,000. So either to Labrador, either to your vanguard or whatever rear guard that needs it the most. And I run 3 of her. I got 1, 2, 3, 4. Prism Romance Lumiere. When it attacks, when it attacks and you have a Vanguard with Prism in its card name, this unit gets 3,000 power. So until the end of the turn. So instead of attacking for 9k, it attacks for 12k. To the end of the turn, it goes back to 9. So yeah. And the rest of it is Prism Smile Lugarian. Our new grade 2 10k vanilla. Awesome. Alright, for the grade 1 lineup. Grade 1 lineup is a little bit, it's not that difficult or confusing or whatever. It just depends. But I'll explain why later. Okay, so I got 4 Prism Romance Mercure. I think that's how you say it. Is just like the grade 2. Instead of a 7k, it'll attack for 10k if you have a Prism Vanguard. I got 3 Prism Image Clear. I did have 4, but I went back to 3. When this card is returned to your hand from rear guard, pay the cost of 1 Soul Blast. When you do, choose another Bermuda Triangle, and that card gets 4,000. So just like Celtic, Clear is the grade 1 version. I got 2 Prism Promise Liite or whatever. Super cute card. When this unit boosts, a unit named Prism Promise Labrador, pay the cost of 1 Soul Blast, and the boosted unit gets 5,000 power. So this becomes an 11k booster rather than a 6k booster. So that's pretty nice. Oh yeah, remember, don't overdo with the Soul Blasting, because you kind of see all these Soul Blast cards that you can use. Use it at the time that you need it the most. Because there's no cards, well, there is Fluka, but since these cards require Prism cards, it's going to be really hard to fit Fluka in without messing up combos for you later on in the game. That's why I have these. Oh shoot, sorry, I shuffled it, that's why it's all messed up. 3 Ellies, 3 Perfect Guards. I think having 3 is enough, because I mean you want more Prism cards to do effects and whatnot. And then 2 Sednas for 8k boosters. So yeah, there's only 5 cards in this whole entire deck that doesn't have Prism in its name, so that's a plus. I'm gonna try lower it down, but then I am sacrificing a perfect shield and all that stuff, so it doesn't even matter right now. I think this lineup is really good, and I think the deck's completed. I think just one more Labrador will do the trick. Anyway, moving on, because we're at 9 minutes. Trigger lineup, easy stuff. All Prism triggers. We got Prism Miracle Canary, critical trigger. We got the Stand trigger, Prism Miracle Irish, and we got 4 of her. What she does is, when this unit is returned to your hand from rear guard, pay the cost of 1 Soul Blast, and choose another Bermuda, give 4,000. So that's just like the grade 1, grade 2 version. This is the grade 0 version of the grade 2 and the grade 1. So yeah, basically same. So that's good to have. You got your 4 draw triggers, Prism, Miracle, Adria, Adira. So yeah. And then we got our new heal trigger, Prism, Miracle, Timor. Or Timor. Or Timor. Don't really know how to pronounce these cards. These are hard. But yeah. So yeah, that's the deck, guys. Like I said, need more Labradors. I think the deck's good. We did a couple test runs with my Coral deck and with this deck. This deck is just way overpowering and all that stuff, especially with the break ride and stuff. If you pull it off nicely, this deck is really worth building. If you guys are into the mermaid cards and you just want more power out of it, just doing this deck will be pretty nice. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Aloha, and be on the lookout for my Coral deck profile and my updated Pacifica deck profile. So that's gonna be coming up soon. So yeah, see you guys. Aloha and happy card fighting.